While we should have plenty of technical help during the IST conference with the Adobe Connect, we have a couple of volunteers that are specifically going to be working with Adobe Connect. It would be helpful. There are a few things that I'd like to show you as far as Adobe Connect, just in case you need to do these as a session host. The first thing you need to know is that the web address, you just access these by either using Firefox or Internet Explorer, just breeze.iu.edu/ and then depending on the room it's either IST2275, 2277, or 2261. When you get here, you'd want to enter with the login and password. You're using my account just for this so that you can log on as administrator. Log on as juswhiti@indiana.edu, and the password is connect123, and then you simply click enter room. This will then join the room, and generally these should already be logged in during the day. Let's try the password again, connect123. These should be logged on throughout the day, so you shouldn't have to start that up normally. But once you're into the room, this is what the Adobe Acrobat Connect room will look like once it gets loaded up here. When it loads up, you'll notice there are a few different sections of the screen that are organized into what they call pods. Over here on the upper left-hand corner is what we call the camera and voice pod. Now this is where the actual camera, where the presenter will be, where we'll be able to see the presenter's face. And just a note, if you are using, or if you are the one monitoring the video camera, it'll be best to try to make sure that we are filling the frame as much as we can with just the presenter's face and their upper body. Over here we have the attendee list. When people log in, you'll notice that they will show up and it will have their names here. The chat window, this is where you can actually type a message. Hello everyone. And so this is where if a particular or distance education students that will be watching us, they can actually type in a chat, type in a question anytime throughout the meeting. So you will want to pay attention to the questions that come in, if there are any that come in through the chat window. Over here is the share portion of the screen, and this is where we want to have the PowerPoint. This is where it'll be displayed, and basically this portion, this is what the distance education students will be seeing the whole time. And this section right here, generally we will just share. If you click on share my computer screen, and then you can just select to share the whole computer screen. That way the presenter can then just load their PowerPoint, if they're using a PowerPoint, directly onto that computer and just share their screen, and then they can just navigate through their PowerPoint just like normal, and basically the rest of this, they will not see on the presenter's computer. To start and stop the camera, you may have to do this. You just click on this button right here, start and stop my camera and voice. You notice there may be a button that says allow or deny the camera, and it's requesting access to that. You would want to click allow, and that is how you start the camera and voice. And then to hit the talk menu, you would just hit this lock icon. That turns it on to have the hands-free talking, so that the camera and the voice will be connected there. Other than that, the biggest thing is just to make sure, and down here at the bottom we have this notes. We may change this a little bit beforehand as far as instructing the distance education students to type their questions in the chat window or things like that. But we want to make sure that we start recording each of the sessions, and the way you do that is up here in the meeting, and then you simply click record meeting. So you want to do this before the presenter starts, before you introduce them, and if it's a few minutes ahead of time, that's fine. Notice it will default to the IST conference, the room number, and then it'll have a number at the end. If you want to leave it like that, that is fine. If you would prefer, you could actually put the name of the presenter afterwards or something like that. That might be helpful too. Either way, and then you would just hit OK. You don't need to hit record from speakerphone because we are actually using the built-in camera. And then at the end of the meeting, you simply again go back to meeting and stop recording. Other than that, again, hopefully we'll have plenty of technical support available if there's any problems or questions. We sure appreciate you being willing to help out with this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or Peter or Miguel. The three of us are kind of going to be tag teaming to make sure that we tackle all of the questions as they come up. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye.